Welcome to GeekCorner, and today me and Birk here we're going to talk about the new Digimon Adventure 2020, and it is actually a reboot of the original Digimon Adventure season or 01 to be exactly. Now, we both Birk and we both grew up with the old Digimon Adventure 01 on Swedish television like several years ago, and we had very fond memory of it, don't we?
Yeah,
like
no doubt.
like I remember when I saw the Digimon the movie, and
Mm.
I didn't realize that it was heavily edited. I still enjoy it, like the music, the rock band and all of the. Uh, I didn't. I did find it weird how it swifted from one story to the other story right away, and then later on I find out when I was older that oh yeah, technically Digimon the movie is supposed to be three different movie. They just
Mm.
combined those three into one.
Yeah, but they still connect in a bit of a way, at least the two later ones.
Yeah, they are connected. They are technically.
First, the first one explains how they became the Digidestined, as they call it,
Yeah,
to begin with.
the prequel
Uh,
the prequel movie.
yeah, and the other two is set shortly after the original season ended, and the second or third in this case uh, is sometime during season two.
Yeah, I think like it's in the middle of season two. It's like before the meeting the Dark Tower arc.
Now, I think it's sort of during still, because I recall in when they first get back the ability to go ultimate,
Yeah.
that Izzy mentions the battle with Diaboramon and
Oh yeah.
Nicholas.
Yeah, that's true. He did actually mention it. That's true. That's true. So it must be like before the whole Chimeramon, because it must be during after Magnamon fought against Chimeramon at least.
I'd say it's after because they have the golden DJ
Yeah,
unlocked
yeah,
by
no,
then.
they did have the knowledge of the Golden DJ, so
Yeah, so it's after Chimeramon, that's
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
So after Chimeramon, but before the whole Dark Tower Spider arc thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds about yeah, it sounds about right. And I mean, I do enjoy the Digimon Adventure, the old one, and the Digimon Try, the continuation of it. It was a bit iffy, to put it mildly. Like I don't enjoy the storytelling because it feels like technically I do know that in how you say the pre planning of the whole story was it was planned to be an anime series instead of a movie series, but
Mm.
they changed it instead to have seven movies instead of having a anime series. So
Yeah.
many people was a bit disappointed because they were like, "Oh, so are the story going to be fine by that? Since you're shortening it to be a movie instead of an anime series?" And what happened? Each movie is like disconnected. It feels rushed. Like the only thing I would say is like the Digimon Try movies have one of the
Mm.
dopest fights of very recent Digimon overall. I would say, like the quality of fights are impeccable. Like holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, they've always been good to animate those battles. And of course, they reuse the animation of Digivolving a lot, but that's to be
Yeah,
expected in a series
I
like that.
I mean it's technically the Sailor Moon transformation for Digimon. The whole camera angle and the showing the Digimon transformation thing. So it is a staple thing. So I can't really complain about that.
Yeah, I mean, they always have a good one, and usually they have good music to it, especially the first season at least.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now now we're talking about mostly the Japanese one. I do say the English sometime are good, not always. I would say the beginning of Adventure 01 and 02 have good music overall in English. But I myself am more a fan of the Japanese version, mostly because of the techno, how you say, the intensify music is more intensify overall. If I would like explain it in a way.
In my case, I like the English version better because I like the more epic feel you get.
Yeah, the more adventure going.
Yeah, at least the first few ones when they don't have the song. That annoys me when they have to include the song.
Yeah,
because the sounds they make, for example, the first few times when Agumon, Gabumon, and even Togemon Digimon is you feel the intensity of the situation, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Now there is one transformation. Now, if we're going over to the new reboot one, I must say the first few episodes really took me off from the bed. Like, they show off Omnimon right away, and I was like, oh, so they're technically doing a variation of the movie, technically, Omnimon versus Diaboromon.
Mm.
And I was okay with that. I was like, okay, this is interesting. But then later on, I realized that, oh, this is like an episodic formula of each week we have a new Digimon with a new problem and solution. And the enemy that are fighting against, it's not about 1 versus 1 fight like they had on the old Digimon. It's more like a raid boss fight, usually. Like, each time they're facing off a Digimon, an evil Digimon, it's take the whole team to fight against them. Which I like. I like it much better, actually.
Yeah, I mean, originally they took it to the point where you needed just one specific one to Digimon to be able to take on the fight because they were better suited to that particular fight, or because the others were.
Remembering the old Digimon, like in the Myotismon arc, they never could face against Myotismon, like 1 versus 1. And even when they were as a group, even then Myotismon was stronger than them. They needed Angel Woman to make him weak enough to be defeated. And even then, he digivolved into Malo Myotismon.
Yeah, and even then, when they got Wargreymon and Garurumon, they barely stood a chance.
Yeah, it still wasn't enough, and then when they faced against the Dark Masters, even then, like, it always took like either Wargreymon or Metagarurumon 1 versus 1 against one Dark Master, like exception against Piotmon, because that was Magna Angemon that killed him. Which is kind of funny, actually. It's kind of funny. Like, the only true Digimon boss that they fought against in the old series was Apocalypsemon, and he makes sense. But in this new series, in the reboot series, it feels like each battle is a raid boss battle, which is interesting. Actually, I quite like it. I like the difference, you know. Now, would you say what's the biggest difference between the characters now from the old one now and the reboot? Like, I have noticed some big changes in some character, to be honest.
Yeah, like they don't have TK Hikari or Hikari, like she's actually called, from the get-go, but they do appear later.
Yeah. Now,
others are, how should I describe it? I mean, you see clear differences. Like an example, Mimi is a big crybaby usually.
Oh yeah, I would say this. I like this Mimi much better than the old one. Like, this Mimi is much more funnier. She has much more, how you say, character. And yeah, she's spunky as hell. And she really personify ambition and charisma, because in any situation, she always come through with her charisma. I love it. She always has one of the most unexpected yet funniest episode in the reboot, and I love it. Like, holy shit. And he's much better in the reboot than in the older series, because in the older series he never had like a character arc. Like, he had some with his older brother, but that was never, it was so side-slided that you never got like a, how you say, he never grew as a Digidestin, he only grew as a person. But we didn't watch Digimon to see a person grow as a person, we want to watch him grow as a Digidestin. That's the thing.
Yeah, they have more character development
Yeah.
in the remake.
Yeah, now this reboot makes him much more interesting, to be honest. Like, the whole faith, like he has the concentration, the devotion, like his devotion through his faith is so strong that he can break through illusion, and that's to be honest, Matt would be dead if he wasn't for Joe, and I find it hilarious,
Yeah. I mean, we all know that Matt is a bit of a tough guy, but he's reckless too.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about Matt. I love that Matt is much more, how you say, a much more cooler person than the old one, and he not so, how you say, negative or dramatic emo. He's much more focused, like the whole, I know what we need to do, and he is perfect as the rival slash cool guy in the group, and I like it. It's much more better written, because I remember in the old series in Digimon, Matt always had some unnecessary drama against Tai, and the whole breaking up with the gang thing felt like unnecessary, because of Puppetmon trickery, and I was like, really? Why? It felt so weird, the whole Matt.
He had a lot of insecurities, even if he was the cool guy of the group.
Yeah. I mean,
the thing, though. I mean, just because you're the so quote-unquote cool guy doesn't mean that you don't have insecurities.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand that they gave him insecurity because they wanted him to be relatable, but the thing is this. You cannot give him such tribal situation that is not the same situation he is in, because he was technically in a isekai. Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
You cannot expect him to have such breakdown of a insecurity just because he feels insecurity against Tai. Like, there are several occasions in the old series where Matt literally take up the leadership when Tai isn't around. In the reboot, they heavily focus, like, whenever Tai isn't there, Matt is always the second in command, and he's doing much better job, saying order and like holding the group together. So yeah, I would say I like the new Matt instead of the old Matt. Now, Tai is different. Like, Tai, I feel like he's more as a, how you say, archetype than a character in the new one. So I would say I like the old Tai rather than the new Tai, to be honest. What would you say?
Well, I mean, Tai is always the courageous one and a bit reckless too.
Yeah, that's true.
And I honestly don't see a lot of difference between this remake one and the original one, to be honest.
Like I said, the old one is very similar to the new one. The only difference is, like, the old one don't have the, how you say, stereotype courageousness and how you say, curious that the new one has. So there is a big difference, and he's not so. The new one takes more decision that's not well planned out. The older one is much more calculated in a way. Now, the biggest difference of a character, I would say, is Hikari. Like, holy crap, they changed her whole persona in a way I didn't expect them to do that way. Like, they made her to the innocent, cute girl into the mystic and cool, creepy, quiet girl. Like, holy crap, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
That really throw off me of a loop. Like, goddamn, it's kind of funny. Like, I have seen some reaction online, and many people dislike the new Hikari. Like, goddamn, I don't understand why they did that. Like, it feels a bit weird that they did so.
Might be because she's different from the original that people have a problem with.
Yeah, I mean, sure, the original, she wasn't perfect, but she still had a better personality overall, She had more interaction and more, like, persona overall. The new one is just, creepy. She's so distant. She's literally a kudere, no emotion character.
Yeah, emotionless.
Yeah, emotionless character. Thank you. So, Izzy is the same. I don't see any difference between the new Izzy or the old Izzy. Like, no different at all. Like, goddamn. And TK is the same.
Yeah.
Like, it is interesting. Like, some of the characters that had the worst arc in the old series, they made the most extreme changes into, like, Mimi, Yo, Matt, Kari. Like, goddamn. And
yeah, you want characters to be interesting and relatable to a degree, but still a bit over the top.
Yeah,
to keep it interesting.
Yeah, they just screw up over the top into a level. Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Now, when we talk about the whole story thing, now we are talking about some spoilers, and we have mentioned some spoilers. So, yeah, but this is like more spoilers into what we are into right now. Like, it is interesting, I would say, that they finally are doing a Digimon series about the true lore of Digimon, like the saga of the Digimon gods, and the current villain, the true villain behind the story is Millenniumon. Like, holy crap. Listen, Millenniumon is supposed to be only like in manga or in game. So to have him appear and be in an anime is crazy. Like, holy shit, you don't realize how powerful this Digimon is, actually. Like, he is literally Yigarashi, the evil side of Yigarashi. And Yigarashi is literally the god of the Digimon world. So that says a lot. Like, that literally says a lot. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, we don't want him to get to his ultimate form, but we do know he's gonna get there.
Oh, definitely. Like, he literally has his Moon Millenniumon form. And the thing is, after Moon Millenniumon, after that is Zed Millenniumon. And when he become Zed Millenniumon, it's all over. Like, he literally has the manipulation of time and space. Like, that's a whole other level. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, not even Seraphimon is gonna be able to make a dent in that guy.
I mean, he literally is. If we say this, even the Royal Knights, the group of Royal Digimon Knights, are not capable of even fighting against him. And then we're talking about an evil Digimon god. He is literally more powerful than the 7 Digimon lords, like the demon lords. And those guys, even those guys are ridiculous.
I mean, it's like they think, we have a great villain for Digimon, he's super powerful. Let's crank it up to 10.
Yeah, they're literally doing it. Like, and I would say this, I like the reboot a lot. It is simpler. It doesn't have like a coherent story. It's more like episodic, which I like it anyway. And I would say not every episode is a must-watch, but some episodes are more funny to watch. Actually, I would say overall.
Especially the ones when they reach the mega level.
Yeah, especially the mega levels and the ultimate. Like those are one of the best episodes. And well, let's see. Let's see how it ends. We will make a new video when the anime is ending, and we will talk about our thoughts and feeling about that. So
Yeah, whatever that is.
yeah, I mean it's supposed to end like in episode 66. So I feel like in August it will end almost, if I calculate it correctly.
Yeah, we'll see how
Yeah.
that ends.
But we will talk more about that in the next video. Anyway, if you want more video when we speak English, please write down the comments. And if you want us to have more podcast overall about different topics, please tell us which would be interesting to you to hear. And do you have anything else to message, Birk?
Not per se.
Oh, I will put down the link for Birk's Instagram so you can see all of his art, and please support and follow him because we want him to reach 1,000 followers on Instagram at least.
I'm almost to 500, so it's closing in there. But I've been a bit stuck in the 490s for a bit now. But you know how it is. It comes and goes on that part.
It is hard, but you have been better on your art. Like, oh, and if you have something you want him to draw, please tell him and he can maybe do it, you know.
Yeah.
As a suggestion, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But anyway, this has been Ivan and Birk from GeekCorner, and hope you have a good day.